Happy anniversary, happy anniversary, happy anniversary, happy anniversary. Indeed. Let's take a look at these two. How about that? Look at this guy. 25 years ago yesterday, we both said, I do. 25 years of marital bliss celebrated yesterday, August 22nd. Here's another little ditty. It was shortly after this picture that a handful of my friends, still to this day, refer to me as Blue Steel. So that picture triggered it after Stacy posted it, I think, I don't know, probably 5-6 years ago on one of our anniversaries. And a handful of my friends call me Blue Steel. If you know why, leave a comment down below. But let's get to what's been going on around here. Let's see, can we move that? Yeah. All right. So on Monday, we went to the beach. We took Stella with us. It was her first trip to the beach, that little sweetheart. But I did do a little bit of trading. We've got Kenview here. If you remember last Friday, I sold 5 put contracts on Kenview, which is the Johnson & Johnson spinoff. They'll have the Tylenol and the lotions and the over-the-counter things. So I bought to close the $20.50 strikes because, hey, it was already up. So it cost me $20 to do so. I made $125 when we put the trade on. Minus 20 equals 100, minus the 10,000, or divided by the $10,250 that was required as collateral for the trade. In the trade for 3 days, annualized by 365, turns out to be 118% annualized. Hey, that's pretty nice. But we also decided to buy to close our Blackstone trade as well. $94 strike, 4 contracts. It was going to expire this Friday, but we said, hey, you know what? Let's take some of that profit and stuff it into our pockets just in case this week is wild because of NVIDIA, etc. So we did pocket $312 when we put the trade on, minus the $56 buying it closed, left us with $256 net profit on our $37,600 collateral. We were in that trade for 10 days. So annualized is 24.8%. And you know, I like to try to hit 20% as a minimum on these types of trade. But look what we also did. We did some craziness. I've been talking to Sparkle Barbie about, just ramping up a little bit of the risk and volatility just with a handful of dollars here and there. So Cleanspark, that is a Bitcoin miner. We sold 5 put contracts that expire on September 15th. It's a $5 strike, and we collected $280 for doing so. And I would say Cleanspark is currently at about, actually, I could look up here on the big board. Look over here on the Big Mac, and it's downtown the Chinatown today. Well, it's actually up today, 1.92%, but it's at $4.78. So it still has a bit to climb to get to our $5 put. But I like the looks of the cut of Cleanspark's jib when you look at it along with the other Bitcoin miners out there. Deer on Monday was downtown the Chinatown, so we went ahead and said, hey, that looks like too much of a reaction to their reports because it was still a great earnings. Deere is an amazing company. So I sold 1 contract. It expires next Friday, collected $390. Let's pull up the bar chart on the Deere. Check out the Deere. I see a lot of Deere tractors around here because I'm in the farm fields of Valparaiso, Indiana. So we've got that 380 put on Deere, expires next Friday. Currently, hey, weak sell. Get that out of there. Go to the full chart quick. Stat. So if we go to the full chart on Deere, we see they're currently trading at 388.24, up over $3 bills today. This is the 1 day look. So you can see they opened down here, and then they've had a nice little bounce today, coming down a bit off today's high, but still at 388. So we're looking pretty good on that trade. So far, so good. Crispr, I've been liking Crispr lately. So we made a couple dollar bills last week on some puts, and we put 3 more contracts in play this week, short term. So $46 strike, 3 contracts expiring on a Friday. Collected $120 bills there. Let's look at the Crispr. CRSP Rice Krispie Treats. Wow, they're currently at $50.07, up 2.25 today. Let's move your head back to where it belongs over here. Put that big head in the corner. We're going to be leaving shortly, heading to St. Julian Winery in Michigan. We've got a wine membership there. So we're going to pick up our wines of the month. And then we'll head over to Stray Dog. So if you're familiar with Michigan and New Buffalo and those amazing areas in Southwest Michigan, then you've probably heard of Stray Dog. So we'll have lunch at Stray Dog and then come back home and check out our Stray Dog. We did have a nice walk with Stella this morning. So there is Crispr up over $50 bills. So that 46 looking very nice right there. We also have a Enphase. We finally just decided, let's go ahead and put a couple calls on the board. So we sold 39.50 strike, 10 contracts expire next Friday, $60 premium. Let's check out Enphase today. Green across the board today, except for oil. What's oil doing? Black gold, Texas tea, down 1.38% today. So here's Enphase. So, unfortunately, those 39.50 calls are just safe and sound right now, as Pfizer is trading at 36.67. But we want to sprinkle a little bit of premium on top of the dividends that we enjoy collecting from Pfizer. So let's go to tomorrow. Yesterday. So yesterday on our anniversary, had another beautiful walk yesterday, and then a wonderful dinner with Kid 1 and Kid 3 at one of our favorite restaurants in town, Dish. It's half price Wednesday and Tuesday. You got to mind your money. Got my mind on my money and my money on my mind. And we just had such a great conversation, talked about some of their favorite memories of their lives, family memories, vacation trips, things of that nature. So just a wonderful evening with 4 out of the Fab 5 family members. So we did a couple of crazy things, and I will tell you, TJ, if you're going to watch this video, I have found a great deal of motivation and excitement and inspiration from your channel. And if you have not taken a look at my new friend in stock options and dividends channel, TJ the Wheel Deal. I'm sorry, TJ the Wheel Deal. Great channel, but he's got me onto looking at all kinds of different new stocks. In fact, he's all over Enphase. He loves it. After looking at it, I see just an enormous amount of upside potential as well. However, I do see some downtown to Chinatown pressure on it right now. So this could be wonderful opportunity to be involved with Enphase. They are a solar company. So I did sell 3 put contracts. 119 strike expires next Friday, September 1st. $285 bills there. So let's look at Enphase, see what they're up to right now. I know they're down. I think they're up today, but down just recently. So if we look at where they're trading now, they're at 129.58, 129.41, up 1%. So our 119 put options looking real good. Sofi, just a beautiful little bank that's just making all kinds of waves. The millennials love this online bank, no brick and mortar to drag down with their commercial real estate. So I did sell 5 put contracts that expire this Friday. So a short-term trade at $8 strike price, collected $55 bills on that trade. And we have Sofi trading at currently, Sofi is trading at $8.31, up 2% today. So, a lot of these things could change. These are high beta stocks, high beta trades, meaning they move on average way more up and down than our flagship companies like Pfizer and Walgreens and Johnson & Johnson, those types of trades. But in doing so, for taking on that risk, you then are in a position to create a bunch of dollar bills. So if we look at some of the numbers on these types of trades, so $8, right? 500 shares is what would be involved in those 5 contract. So if we did $500, multiplied it by the $8 strike price, we've got $4,000, right? That's up for collateral. We collected 55. If we divide it by 4,000 and then divide it by the number of days we're going to be in this trade, which is 3 or less, but right now it's 3, and then we annualized it at 365, you're at 167% annualized on this type of trade. Now, of course, the downside is the risk that can be volatile either way. For instance, today after the bell, everyone knows, I'm sure that you know this as well, NVIDIA will be reporting their earnings, and I would imagine that they're going to beat on both top and bottom. But what will be the guidance? And then what will be the interpretation? How will the market interpret such information? Will we have traders that immediately want to book profits because of the over 200% rise that NVIDIA has had to date this year? Or is this thing going to rocket up to $500-$600 between now and the end of the year? We don't know. That's why we just keep our eyes peeled. So we made a trade on Riot, which is another Bitcoin miner. We got a $10 strike price. This is another short-term trade, 5 contracts expiring Friday, $85. So let's take a look at the Riot. Did see quiet Riot. So I live in Valparaiso, Indiana. Part of Valparaiso, there's a little area of Valparaiso called South Haven, which was a town essentially built on the growth of the local steel mills back in the 40s and 50s. Well, there's this little bar called Silver Bullet. There used to be this little bar in South Haven, Indiana, called the Silver Bullet. And believe it or not, one night, Quiet Riot played there. This place is like as big as my home office, where the stage and things were. But my brother and I, big fans of Quiet Riot, so of course we went there with our wives, and they basically rocked our faces off. Come on, feel the noise. Riot trading at 1078. They're up 2.18% today. So our $10 trade, so far so good. We did say, hey, wait a minute, Cleanspark. If I'm enjoying the review and the research I'm doing on your company, should I maybe get involved a little bit? So yes, I did buy 200 shares of Cleanspark at 471. I also bought 100 shares of Amazon at 133.79. I bought 200 shares of also Canadian Solar, which, the Enphase reviews and research led me to Canadian Solar, which to me looks also amazing. And what triggered it was they were downtown to Chinatown yesterday. Let's look at Canadian Solar. To me, it was just a market reaction to guidance. Okay. But today they're back up at 1.68%. But if we go to the 5-day, you'll see just a downtown to Chinatown drop. Look at those big red candles. They were trading around $30, and then it was like, woo, hello, Geronimo, look out below. So we said, let's just take a little position in that company, and they're nicely profitable. Went ahead and bought 200 shares at 26.79. So we're going to turn around and sell some calls today on that. And we did turn around yesterday on Amazon, and we sold 135 strikes on our position of the 100 shares that we bought for 133.79. It's a short-term trade, expires Friday, $119. And then we did we went to the strangle side, and we went on both sides of Canadian Solar and sold 2 put contracts at 26 that expire Friday for $40. And again, it's currently trading at 27.24. So those 26 are looking pretty good. And then overnight, some sniper came in, and he assigned me 200 shares I had outstanding on a put contract. So 200 shares of Pepsi assigned at $180. Let's take a look at Pepsi. Still have 3 more put contracts on the board at 177, I believe. We'll check that in just a moment. So Pepsi up today. Pepsi is up today. It's like my Palantir options are down to 4 cents if I wanted to buy those closed. We might consider that. So Pepsi's up 1.26% today. So right now my 177s are looking good, but we could have an opportunity to go ahead and wheel the 200 shares that we just took possession of at 180, we should be able to, I mean, we can easily get 180 next Friday and make a decent amount of premium on a wonderful company, PepsiCo. So let's go to the big board and see what's happening here. What's happening now? Let's take a look. What does it say pre-market? Let's update this and see what's up. Come on, Elon, get that Starlink internet cranked up. There it is. All right, so we're down $607 today at 1.731. We've got our AbbVie calls expiring Friday, looking good. Remember we rolled out and up, collected premium, and protected our position because we want to keep possession of AbbVie. AbbVie's down a little bit this week, so 152.50 calls good to go. Amazon 130 puts, are those on the board? Why is that not on here? I'll have to update that spreadsheet. It is not accurate. So we collected more than 584 yesterday because I did sell that put yesterday. There it is. In fact, what did we collect on that? It was a short-termer, expires Friday. We collected $45. So we need to put that into the spreadsheet as well. Amazon call. Under pressure because Amazon is up today. But again, that was just a short-term play. If we get those shares called away at 135, so be it. We'll make some appreciation on our asset that we bought for 133 and change, and that premium we've collected. There is our Crispr. We've got our Crispr puts at 80% profit right now. I'll probably check back this afternoon. We should be back from Michigan before the close of the market today. There is our Canadian solar, Pepsi. Oh, I see. So I had 3 puts out there. I got assigned 2 of the 3 contracts. So I still have a 180 in play. So if that's still in play on Friday and Pepsi is under 180, we'll just roll that. Here's our 177.50. So those, of course, are right now out of the money, but under pressure. Palantir, we've got our 5 contracts on Palantir. You know, I've been liking them lately as well. PL and the TR, we got were those 1350s? I think there were 1350 put options that we sold. And it's currently trading at 1508. So we're good to go. So far, so good there on Palantir at 82% profit, close to us wanting to close those out. Because I don't have any idea how the market is going to react to NVIDIA. Could be just bananas green and, all's well that ends well. It could be like, I don't know, panic and sell off other things. And then companies like Palantir, because they're high beta, and Riot and Sofi, they all get mixed up in the commotion. So Palantir good, Riot good, Sofi good, UPS must be making a comeback because they were underwater yesterday. 167.50 puts we sold last week. Hey, there we go. UPS currently at 168.59. So very nice on the UPS. And then the Valero, we rolled out and up on that as well. If you remember last week, we had 130 calls expiring, and now we rolled those to 131s. Valero's probably down today because oil is down. Yeah, it's at 128.84. So our 131 calls look very nice because we want to maintain possession of Valero as well. ExxonMobil should be the same thing. Our 111s on ExxonMobil are just fine because Exxon's at 106.85, getting close enough to consider some puts on ExxonMobil. Yeah, so we'll look at that as well. So there we have it. Happy anniversary to me and my sweet, sweet lady friend. 25 years of marriage, and this is the first anniversary in several years that we've been home. Last year we were in Portland, Maine. The year before Nashville. The year before that we were up. We basically went up the lake, took a road trip up the lakeside of Michigan all the way up to that town that I can't think of the name of right now. What's the town that has no cars? Just horses and buggies and things. You know the one. Oh, it's right on the tip of my tongue. What is it? I'll think of it at some point, but you know where I'm talking about, up there where they have a fudge shop on every corner. But that was a great trip. And so we've had amazing anniversary trips. And this year, because of the puppy, we're like, you know what? Let's just stay home this year and we'll do, little things each day. So we're basically celebrating all week. Tomorrow, we're going to do a movie during the day. There's a movie theater in Portage that has these amazing and incredibly comfortable plush leather reclining seats that are heated and cooled, and they sell booze there. So we'll be day drinking and eating a big bucket of buttered popcorn. Probably check out Oppenheimer. There's no chance Barbie is going to be on the radar at all. So got that going for me. There it is today. Long little update, but I wanted to check in since I had not posted a video yet this week. So thanks for tuning in. Like, subscribe, comment, check out TJ the Wheel Deal, his channel way better than mine, and I'm getting a lot of inspiration from him. So thank you for that, TJ. And I will see you in the next video.